Hi there, this is Mozzie, an ASM certified personal trainer. So I'm here in Benicia at the 9th Street Beach. I have never filmed in this location before. I've also never done an outdoor video like this before for the channel. So this is kind of a new thing for me right now. Um, as far as my experience goes, I've been a trainer for over 5 years now. I've probably worked with 200 to 300 clients at this point. I do not have an exact number, but I think I've worked with somewhere in the 200 to 300 clients vicinity. Thank God. Over the last 5 plus years, uh, I wanted to do an intro video for the channel, and I wanted because I felt like I hadn't done a video discussing kind of the goals of the channel so far. So there's a few things that I so there's a few things that uh, I had in mind with the channel. I noticed that there just wasn't a lot of content out there aimed at people who just want to be fit, who maybe just want a nice flat stomach, they just want some muscle definition, they want abs, but they're not looking to maximize muscle gains. I noticed personally, just like on YouTube, that there wasn't a lot of content aimed at people like that. The other thing that was important to me, that's important to me, is offering practical advice that somebody can incorporate into their lives. Let's say they have a 9 to 5 job and they have a lot of responsibilities and they have a family and kids or whatever it is. I wanted advice that's also practical for those people that they feel like they can incorporate without having to upend every aspect of their life because they want to be fit. The other thing is I do think the approach to being more on the fit and lean and side versus being a musclehead are a little bit different. I think in many ways it can be easier. I think that in many ways it can be easier to have the more lean look versus the musclehead look, because I don't think it requires that super strict regimen the way people are constantly looking at their protein intake and pushing super hard in the gym. I think it's a little bit. I think it's actually more practical to do that because it's like you're managing your calorie intake, you're staying active, you're moving, you're doing some resistance training, you're doing these things. But I think that it can be more casual and it can be um, not as exerting all the time as it can when people have that the goals of like maximizing their muscle gains or things like that. So that's another thing about it. And then as far as content goes, I've had people suggest to me to make like exercise demonstrations and things like that. And so that is those are also on my mind. Like in the future, I would like to do maybe aerobic and resistance training tutorials, maybe even more kind of lifestyle type content where maybe I go to a grocery store or coffee shop and look over the menu at the coffee shop or look over grocery items and what are some good choices. God willing. So I had that in mind as well. And also going down the line, maybe making content that is a little bit more lifestyle oriented that kind of lines up with the brand. So I am kind of trying to be forward thinking and seeing like what are some steps I can make in the future going forward as I make more content. So that it also isn't boring and I can offer variety. So that's I just wanted to offer that. I wanted this so that it does kind of change things a little bit, the difference in scenery, but I also wanted to and also kind of mention myself also in terms of what I do. If somebody's on the channel, like, hey, why should I listen to this guy? Uh, because that probably does go through people's heads, like, okay, all right, another guy giving me fitness advice on the internet. So, yeah, with that said, take care and stay active.